This next series of photographs are the work of Japanese researcher Mr. Masaru Emoto from his book, The Message from Water. Mr. Emoto's work provides factual evidence that human vibrational energy, thoughts, words, ideas, and music affect the molecular structure of water. Please remember that water comprises over 70% of a mature human body and covers the same amount on our planet. Water is the very source of all life. This photo shows the beautifully formed geometric design of the Yushi Spring water. This next photo is from the Shimanto River, the last clean spring in Japan. Notice the extraordinary geometric forms. The fact that the molecular structure of water can be affected by our consciousness, our intent, and our sounds is extremely important. This photo is from the Mount Cook Glacier in New Zealand. Mr. Emoto has been visually documenting these molecular changes in water by means of his photographic techniques. He freezes droplets of water, then examines them under a dark field microscope that has photographic capabilities. His work clearly demonstrates the diversity of the molecular structure of water and the effects of the environment upon the structure of the water. This photo is from the fountain in Lourdes, France. This photo is from contaminated water from the Yodo River in Japan. In this photo, we can compare the contaminated water with clean stream water. Look at the difference. Mr. Emoto decided to see what effects music would have upon the structure of water. He placed distilled water between two speakers for several hours while playing different music and then photographing the crystals that formed after the water was frozen. This photo is of water being exposed to Beethoven's Pastorale. This photo is the effect of Bach's Air for the G string on the water. This photo is water exposed to Chopin's Farewell Song. This next photo is water being exposed and affected to music that was designed for healing. This photo is of water being exposed to the Kawachi folk dance. This photo shows the effect of heavy metal music upon the water. Here now we can compare the effects of healing versus heavy metal music and what happens to the water molecules. Mr. Emoto decided to see how thoughts and words affected the formation of untreated distilled water crystals by typing words onto paper and then taping this paper onto glass bottles overnight. This photo shows the effects of the words, "Thank you." This next photo shows the effects of the words, "love" and "appreciation." This photo shows the effects of the words, "You make me sick, I will kill you." And here we can compare the effects of "thank you" with the "you make me sick, I will kill you." Very, very different geometric forms being incurred through the intention. Now this photo is of a very polluted and toxic water from the Fujiwara Dam. Here now is the same water from the Fujiwara Dam after a Buddhist monk had offered a prayer over it. Prayer, that sound coupled with intention, seems to have an extraordinary ability of restoring water to its natural, harmonious, geometric symmetry. And in this photo we can compare the toxic water and then the effects of praying over the water.
70%. Now, the human body, 70% water inside of it. And as you can tell by the video, that your body responds to frequency. It responds to good vibes, good vibration, good words. It responds to it. Whether it's good words, bad words, your body's going to react to it because, as you can tell, it becomes crystallized inside of you. You know, good vibes give you the beautiful geometric crystals, and then the bad vibes give you those, nasty looking sludge type of crystals in your body. So it's really important that who you surround yourself with, the vibe you surround yourself with, the kind of words, the feelings you're getting on a daily basis is going to determine a lot. So you see the sound that surrounds you daily, it kind of determines the mood. And as you know, your mood usually determines your attitude. So the frequency that you put yourself around with is very important. So music, the type of music you're listening to, the type of beauty you surround yourself with. Because truthfully, the only thing that I've actually ever noticed is that music and beauty are the only two things that bypass your conscious mind and goes directly to your subconscious mind. It just bypasses it. Something that's beautiful or a nice music, it just goes right past your conscious mind and goes directly into that subconscious. And as we all know, the subconscious mind, basically, it's the autopilot. It's the one that determines your actions. Like everything you do is based on your subconscious mind. It's the programs that are there. And the programs that are there comes through music, vibration, sound. That's why you can have a girl that comes from a well-respected and loving family and just out there doing some scandalous things. Because she's listening to these hood rat anthems and these WAP music that's talking about my type, I like this, my type. Like, okay. And also, that's why you can have a white boy that's growing up in Beverly Hills sitting there fantasizing about the hood, about pulling off drive-bys and taking out his ops when his mom and dads are like doctors and lawyers and shit like that. But also, that's why you can have somebody, a kid that grows up in the hood, that goes on to become someone who's super successful because he's only listening to jazz or Motown. Because as you know, man, you know how hard it is to be hateful or say hateful things when Motown is the frequency that's being played in the air. I mean, with Motown, shit, you're more likely to have another child, man. With Motown, you sitting there with your spouse and you be like, man, we need to stop this Motown business, man, because we can't afford any more of these kids. We may have to go to some gangster rap to clean this house out because, it's just, it doesn't work that way, man. You know what baby making music is? It gets you in the vibe. It gets you there. So what I want you to understand about this first part is who you are when it comes to what is made up inside of your body. Water. And what activates water? Frequency, sound, words. You see, this is part of the knowledge phase. This is part of the cycle of growth. And this is the knowledge phase of it, where you're learning about who you are. This is only one part of who you are. Now I have that book that's going to be able to explain to you the entire process, the knowledge phase, the creation phase, the acceptance phase. And in the knowledge phase, you got to know who you are, where you are, what is love, the world you're in, the calling that's coming. There's a lot to learn in the knowledge phase. So that's why it's very important that, ladies, you go ahead and you do the homework. You got to do the homework because you will not be able to get the full benefit of the book if you have not done the homework. Yeah, you can get the book. You can study it. but it's not going to give you what you want. You're not going to get the best out of it unless you do the homework. So go ahead in the description, download the homework. It's free. It's a free thing. It's not costing you anything. This is free because this is the prerequisite. You got to start off on this end. Because right now, understanding just a little part of your frequency that's just going to be required. Now you need to know where you are so you can use that frequency correctly. All right? So this is Kevin Carr for The Road of Love signing off, and I'll see you next time.